Whoa! Time out. Okay, so we've been getting a lot of grief about some of our videos, some of our ways of advertising our channel, and even sometimes what we have in the videos.
Yeah.
So, like, we're not like...
Vagabond, all those other sailing.
Was it the Delos maybe?
Delos,
or,
yeah.
Zingaro, and there's tons of awesome sailing videos, that are all about
being PG.
Being PG, PC, like rainbows and unicorns and
nothing's wrong.
Or like when something's wrong,
it smiles all the way through.
Well, again, this is the feeling of Kieran. And, and like I said, I can understand why Kieran has not been as much involved in the channel since the little past. Because, I was trying to be what those channels are, and that's just not us.
Yeah.
So, from now on, you're going to see a lot more...
of us being ourselves.
Of us being ourselves. It's going to be raw. It's going to be...
funny, hopefully.
Funny as all hell. It's going to be uncut, crude. Yeah. Sometimes it's going to be crude, raw, and sometimes it's going to be just hilarious.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a lot better.
It's going to be a lot better, I think, yeah. I think it's going to be better smooth sailing.
Well, in our videos anyway.
Yeah.
the smooth sailing on the boat is another story.
Yeah.
But yes, we don't. Our goal is not to offend anybody. No, right?
But
it's just that. Oh, we might. And if we do, we're sorry. We're not perfect. We're not pretend to be. We like to sometimes provoke people.
Yeah. Instigate sometimes.
There you go. And, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And, and I want him to be a little bit more involved. So, we're going to see some episodes that's going to be totally done by Mr. Kieran here.
Yeah.
And, it's going to be, they're going to be awesome. And I don't even know what's going to be in them.
Can't wait till I get my CD.
That too. And, so... we're going to go back to the current episode because, well, we filmed it, and unfortunately, Kieran wasn't there because he had school and finals and stuff to do. And so he was staying with his grandparents, and better Wi-Fi and a lot easier and calmer and well,
not crossing Lake Ontario.
Not crossing the lake, like big waves and such, just like you're going to see in this episode. But all in all, sorry if we
offended you at any point.
And also if we kind of faked it for the past few episodes or all the episodes. But from here on in, I'll guarantee you, it's us. No hold bars.
Hopefully no more clickbait.
Well, no, that's the fun part. Our new motto, everyone. Gotta love it. And here's three great minds trying to come up with a plan. So here's the first time this year, flying the Spinnaker.
Monster Adventurer Force, right?
We're doing a whole, 3 knots and 3.5 knots of wind.
Is that funky?
Oh, yeah, it's Jack. Motherfucker.
So this was just before the storm, and we were having a good old time singing, playing chess, having a few drinks, actually quite enjoying our time. But little that we knew, all hell was going to break loose in a few hours. These guys were two real troopers. They did an awesome job keeping the boat upright and, keeping the moral up. So thanks again to Mike and Regan. And I think you'll hear this a little bit more throughout this video. But, well, they made this trip possible. So thanks, guys. Well, guys, this is probably one of the nicest pictures we took of this boat so far. The winds we knew were going to pick up around 11 p.m. midnight, which they did. They went from a northeast between 3.5 to 5 knots. They gained a little bit as we went, but they were also changing. As you saw in that picture, the spinnaker was down and we were having beam winds. And maybe an hour after this picture, the winds changed to southwest. Now, they changed to the southwest to about 16, 17 knots steady, gusting about 22, 23 knots. And the seas definitely came up. So they went up to about a meter and a half. And with 20 knot winds, we were trying to make headway, but we literally left Widow's Point, or Widow's Point, that would be in Prince Edward County, Ontario, maybe a couple of miles offshore, and we went all the way to the town of Rochester, New York, again, a mile offshore, and then did a almost 90-degree tack to starboard, and we came all the way back, and which landed us right in a city not too far to where we wanted to go, which was Cobourg, as you'll see in a little bit later in this video. Now, props to our two crew, Mike and Regan. They did awesome. Maybe a little better than me and Anne, to be honest with you, because Anne was sick when she woke up for a watch, and after I was woken up and barely slept all night. So between the lack of sleep and the really, really rough weather, I got a little wheezy there somewhere around 8 o'clock in the morning, which lasted about an hour. So, props to those two, because for a couple of hours they were manning the ship and they did a really good job. And sorry, Mike, for the comments that are coming up, but at that time I was just tired, and I think, stuff was still catching up to me. So, but I'm going to say sorry now, but at the time, that's how I felt. So, I guess I owe you a beer. I don't even want to tell you. So, hey, let's keep on.
Sailing with the old Sea Dog.
Well,
This trip has been an adventure.
Yes, the first trip of the year is always an adventure for us. Especially, we're trying to get ready for a little bigger trip. And well, leaving Kingston yesterday somewhere around 1:30, 2 o'clock. Favorable wind. Oh yeah, the day before, sorry. We encountered beautiful winds, running. We were running. We were doing, 4, 5. Everything was awesome. Put up the spinny. A1. And then
Until the spinnaker, until the spinny tour.
Until, yeah. One of the novice sailors decided to pull on the line when he shouldn't have. And
He is not a novice sailor.
as he is. And but he's learning. Like I said, it's more my fault than his because, well, I was a captain. And
So we tore the spinny a little
tore
bit.
the spinny. And then during that night, I was sleeping, and God knows we have no clue, or I have no clue what happened. But he decided to start the motor for whatever reason, and in doing so, he wrapped a few lines in the prop and
Probably because a wave took them over the side.
trashed the impeller. Now, how did he do this? I have no fucking clue.
He did not trash the impeller.
Anyway, so now we're parked in Cobourg after a well-deserved night's sleep.
Yes.
And
What should have been a 14-hour trip turned into 26 hours. And
only
we didn't even reach our destination.
yeah, anyway, we're still 36 nautical miles away from where we decided to go. It was supposed to be 126 nautical miles total. We did 140 all in all, and we're still not there. We're missing about 40. So, but hey, as you can see,
Out with the old, in with the new.
that's right. And let's see what happens from there. See you guys.
Well, as you can see, this is what we started with. The rope was tightly around the prop and the shaft.
What you doing, Captain?
I'm sawing.
You're sawing at what?
Eh?
The line that's caught around the shaft and the prop?
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Hopefully this works and neither one of us has to jump into 50-degree water.
That's right.
And after quite a few minutes of sewing and cutting and arguing, well, this is what we got.
So, with all the additional compounding crap that we were getting on this trip,
Sorry.
with the help of the GoPro and a dock pole with a filleting knife, we had about a 1/4-inch line wrapped a good 10 to 20 times around the prop shaft. And this line came out of the spinnaker bag, went underneath the boat, and
Got caught up in the prop.
got caught up in the prop when somebody tried the motor during the night. So now at the dock, well, we actually managed to, with the help of this, cut all the line off without ever getting more wet than my hands. So I'm really happy about that. So
Good job,
Thumbs up.
Captain.
and I think we're ready to go.
Here, do a little recap. So, hold on a second. Our first day, we blew the antifreeze line.
Yeah, blew an antifreeze line on the way down from Iroquois to Kingston,
And then
which we fixed.
Yep.
And then
the impeller went.
the impeller went, and then the line got caught in the prop shaft, and then our water system sprung a leak, and I think I'm forgetting something.
No, that's about it. So all in all, we were supposed to do an 18-hour trip to Pickering to pick up a friend's boat and sail it back.
That's right. And then
In 26 hours, we only made it to Cobourg. We still had about 8 hours to go, and we had all these issues. But
So we said we were stopping in Cobourg instead, and we fixed all the issues. And then what the other two guys did is took a taxi to Pickering, and
currently on their way here.
loaded up the boat, and they're currently on their way here, and we're waiting for them in another maybe hour or less, and we're gonna join hands and start heading east again towards Main Duck. So, hey, thumbs up.
Happy.
Yes, now I'm happy. Everything's good. We just have to get the dinghy secured.
Off we go.
And yes, and did make me double check to make sure I had everything off of that shaft, which I did. Proof is in the pudding.
So here we are again on about 70 nautical miles trip from Brighton to back to Kingston. We went and got the boat that we needed to go get, and after, as you can see, a few damages from the windstorm and
Ghetto fabulous.
Ghetto fabulous. But we'll be fixing it once we get to port. And yeah, we're gonna enjoy ourselves and keep you up to date if anything changes.
I will try to keep these coming just about every week. Thanks, guys. If you guys want to help us without doing much at all, please click like and subscribe. And possibly that little bell to get notifications next time we put out a video. Thanks, guys.